Hello, dear viewers of MegaRise. For thousands of years, the ocean has been Europe's greatest natural boundary. It connected civilizations, yet at the same time separated people by distance, time, and risk. Every sea crossing depended on the weather and forces far beyond human control. But stepping into the 21st century, Europe no longer accepts letting the sea dictate the pace of development. A bold question was raised. What if, instead of traveling on the sea, we traveled through it? Because in the modern world, whoever controls how people move controls the speed of the entire economy. Between Germany and Denmark, beneath the waters of the Fehmarnbelt Strait, a massive undersea infrastructure project is taking shape, not merely to shorten a journey, but to transform the way an entire continent connects, operates, and makes decisions. And that is where today's story begins. Unlike the common image of tunnels drilled deep through solid rock, this connection is built using the immersed tunnel method. Instead of boring through the seabed, enormous tunnel sections are precast on land, then towed out to sea, carefully lowered onto the seabed, and assembled with extreme precision, like colossal puzzle pieces fitted together underwater. The entire route stretches about 18 kilometers, made up of concrete segments over 200 meters long, each weighing tens of thousands of tons. Once fully connected, they form a continuous transport artery linking Lolland Island in Denmark with Fehmarn in Germany. The greatest challenge is not the length of the tunnel, but absolute precision. Beneath the seabed, even a deviation of just a few centimeters can compromise watertightness, structural integrity, and the long-term safety of the entire system. If tolerances are exceeded, the segments may never seal properly again. To control that risk, engineers rely on a combination of satellite positioning, pressure sensors, hydrodynamic modeling, and remote control systems. Every immersion operation is monitored in real time, adjusted millimeter by millimeter to ensure a perfect fit with the previous segment. Here, data does more than support construction, it exists to prevent disaster before humans can even perceive it. This is not simply a construction challenge. It is a problem of controlling an environment where direct human intervention is impossible, a space where precision, prediction, and technology must work flawlessly together beneath the sea. Before any tunnel section is ever lowered onto the seabed, the entire construction zone must be prepared over the course of many years. The seabed of the Fehmarnbelt is far from ideal. It is made up of mud, sand, sediment, and uneven geological layers. To ensure the tunnel can remain stable for centuries, engineers must excavate a massive trench beneath the sea, then reinforce it with multiple layers of specialized materials. This process demands extreme precision and strict environmental control. The area is a sensitive marine ecosystem, so every operation must comply with some of the most stringent environmental standards in Europe. The tunnel sections themselves are manufactured in a purpose-built factory, so large it is considered an independent industrial complex. Here, concrete elements are cast with extraordinary accuracy, already integrated with ventilation systems, power cables, railway tracks, road lanes, and technical service corridors. Once completed, each section is sealed at both ends and floats on the water's surface like a gigantic vessel before being towed to its installation site. Water is then gradually pumped inside, allowing the segment to sink slowly and settle precisely into the prepared trench. This is the most tense moment of the entire project. Each segment has only one single chance to be placed correctly. Once it reaches the seabed, any deviation becomes permanent. At that depth, there is no redo button. This project does not serve Denmark or Germany alone. It is part of Europe's long-term infrastructure strategy to strengthen north-south connectivity, shorten transport times, and reduce reliance on traditional sea routes. Once completed, trains will be able to cross the strait in just about 7 minutes, while cars will take less than 10 minutes. Compared to today's ferry crossings, travel time is dramatically reduced and no longer dependent on weather conditions. But the impact of this tunnel goes beyond speed. It changes the way Europe makes decisions in a world where competition is measured in hours. It does not shorten geographical distance, it shortens the reaction time of an entire continent. Fehmarnbelt is not a loud project. It works best when no one notices it. This is especially significant for logistics. Goods from Scandinavia can move directly into Central Europe without waiting, delays, or complex transshipment. In that sense, Fehmarnbelt becomes a strategic link in the supply chain of the entire continent. From an engineering perspective, it is the longest immersed tunnel in the world, surpassing all previous projects of its kind. But more importantly, it represents a new construction philosophy. Instead of confronting nature head-on, humanity learns to adapt and integrate, controlling impact and optimizing risk. Europe is not just building a tunnel. It is building a new standard for future underwater megastructures. With an investment of billions of dollars, this is one of the largest infrastructure gambles Northern Europe has ever taken. But the most heavily invested element is not concrete or steel, it is the ability to anticipate and control risk over more than a century of operation. Inside the tunnel lies a multi-layered safety system, road lanes, electrified rail lines, emergency escape routes, technical corridors, and a 24/7 monitoring network. At that depth, humans are not physically present, data stands in their place, observing, warning, and reacting. The structure is designed to withstand earthquakes, ship collisions, and extreme climate change scenarios, with a projected lifespan exceeding 100 years. Yet the greatest value of Fehmarnbelt is not found in numbers or technology. It lies in mindset, building not for today's convenience, but so future generations will not have to return and fix short-sighted decisions. Beneath the cold waters that divided people for centuries, a new corridor of connection is taking shape, quiet, precise, and enduring. Fehmarnbelt reveals a simple truth: the greatest limits of our world do not lie beneath the ocean floor, but in whether humanity has the courage to think far ahead, calculate deeply, and build for the future. It does not prove that humans are stronger than the sea, it proves that we have learned to think longer than it. And that is how Europe learns to move faster, by thinking further. And when this tunnel is complete, it will not only connect two coastlines, it will connect the way humans perceive their own potential. Which megastructure would you like MegaRise to explore next? Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment to let us know.